Yo, 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 yo. What up? What up? What up? Huh? Of course. What's going on, family? Peace and love. Peace and love. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wellness and Wisdom Wednesday. Life is a journey, but we are on it. And as long as we are on it, that means we are in it. And if we are in it, we can still win it. Life is a journey, but we are on it. And as long as we are on it, that means we are in it. And if we are in it, we can win it. So let's be in it to win it. Let's get this shit done. Let's win it. 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 Let's win the game. Oh, you should normally open it like I normally open it over the sink because it spills open sometimes. But we're here. I'm just post one last update on Facebook, live right now. It's gonna be a great discussion tonight. Had to pivot a little bit. Had a tough start to the day. Very tough start. Long time getting into the day. Didn't get any guests. We're supposed to have some supporter stories tonight, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to go deeper into the vision behind the work, right, and what it takes to really transform your life. Give me a moment. Talking about the vision behind the work and what it takes to really transform your life. Transformation, vision, work. See if we can get some more folks on Facebook to tune in. But we here, man. Day 26 of 50. Right. It's been a long freaking 26 days. Starhawk, peace and love. Good evening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you. Can you give my bracelet for me? Yeah, but we here. Day 26 of 50, man. 24 days left. That means we're on the other side. We're on the countdown. 24 days to go. It's less days to go than days behind us, right? Less days ahead of us than are behind us. It has been a brutal fucking journey, man. I tell you, man. It was a lot of days I cried. Obviously, early on, there was a lot of self-doubt, right? There was some thoughts of quitting, of giving up, of giving in. But now I've come so far, and it's like, although there's still some thoughts that come up, right? It's like, yo, this shit is fucking tough, and it's not because I'm hungry or anything like that. It's because the emotions, dealing with the shit, a lot of family shit going on is freaking last few years, but specifically the last week, right? From last week to this week, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of adjustments, a lot of things been revealed, right? A lot of revelation, a lot of insight to certain things. And it's been emotional. It's been emotionally heavy. And again, it's just reminding me of how often I eat off of emotion, because of emotion, not because I'm hungry, not because I'm starving, not because I need food, but because food is comfort, right? We associate food with comfort. It makes us feel good. It has obviously food with different chemicals. Food affects our brain. It affects our nervous system. It affects our physical body, right? It affects every part of our being, right? And then we tie it to culturally. Then we tie it to the memories of our childhood, what grandma, grandpa made, what mommy or daddy made, what your favorite uncle or aunt used to make, your favorite meal, right? All of that shit gets tied in, and it becomes super easy to eat out of emotion. And again, that's easier to do than drugs, than alcohol, than even sex, right? Because nobody's gonna judge you for that. Nobody's gonna tell you no, right? Like, you don't need, like, sex, you need another person, right? You're not going out taking anything. You need another person to engage, right? Somebody can be like, no, I don't want to do it right now. Even your partner, your husband, and your wife, be like, you know what? I'm not in the mood right now. You gotta deal with that shit. Drugs, you could not find no drugs, right? It could be no drugs fucking available. Alcohol, liquor store could be closed. The stores could be closed. It could be out in the bed you like, right? So all of those things, you need another party in some capacity to satisfy that urge. But food, you could get food anywhere, anytime, no matter what it is. You can. I'm vegan. If I wanted to be like, yo, I want a fucking steak, I can go get a steak, and nobody can stop me from getting a steak. Clearly, I don't want a fucking steak, right? But that's just the accessibility of food and how we as humans, right, can use food to satisfy our emotions. And I know that I've done it. And again, me just recognizing doing this 50-day hunger strike, even I noticed it in my 40 days, but obviously I'm older now. I'm even more aware. I'm even more intelligent. all right, than I was 2 years ago when I did the 40-day fast. So I'm just more aware of my habits, right? More aware of my addictive patterns, right? Addictive behaviors, and how, again, I use food when I'm sad, when I'm angry, when I'm frustrated, right? I could have even when my children were here, I could have my children with me, right? My mom, right? My siblings, everybody could be right here. And there's no comfort like food, right? Could have an amazing, love-making experience with my partner, right? With my wife, right? And then it's like, I still want food, right? I still want food. Nothing satisfies that craving like food. So, yeah, I'm learning a lot about myself, man. But I'm glad that I'm experiencing these heavy emotions, and I'm crying. I'm going to sleep. I'm listening to my body, doing nothing, because I'm also in the process of moving all of my shit out of the crib, and that shit takes a lot of energy, and that's physical energy, and it's emotional, right? It's emotional. My children haven't been here in 4 years, almost 4 years, since 2022, September 3rd, September 4th was the last day they were here at my crib. Right, and although I've seen them since then, there was long gap and now another gap. But they haven't been here, and I want them here. And their room was still their room, right? They closed until they just like, they can't fit these shits no more. Then I start to give them away. But all of their books, their games, their toys, the shit was still the way it was. There was a few times when a friend needed a place to stay. I'm like, cool, we got an extra room. My children are not here. You can stay there, right? Sleep in the bed in there, be comfortable. But I never let nobody like stay here, right? And the thought came up, or somebody brought the thought up, yo, you could rent that room out, and it's like, no, that's my children's room. Like, and at any time, anything could change, and so I'm not doing that, right? Yo, let me get that room. Now I can pay this much. It's not about that, right? It's about keeping a space for my fucking children. That's what it's about. So getting their stuff out of here, getting my stuff out of here. It's been really emotional, but we doing this shit, man. Day 26, we are doing this shit. I did not weigh myself the last 2 days. I'm probably at like 188, maybe 188, 189, possibly, right? So under 190 now. I was 190 the last time I weighed myself, and I think that was probably Sunday. It was 190.8. So again, losing weight slowly, which is the best way to do it. The super fast, drastic weight loss is definitely not the best, even for your physical body. So yeah, I'm proud of myself, man. 24 days to go. The next 24 days are going to be absolutely tough, but they're going to be absolutely easy, right? Tough and easy is fucking relative and subjective, right? And yeah, I'm excited. But tonight, day 26, man, as I mentioned, we had to pivot. We were supposed to do some supporter stories, right? But I spent much of the day in bed, and I ain't really talked to anybody. And so did not get any supporters to come through. But what we are going to talk about, we're going to go deeper into the vision. We'll talk about the real work, because not just this fast and hunger strike, but the actual situation that I'm experiencing, right, with my children, takes work, right? Building this thing takes work, and is a vision that takes work to manifest, right? And if we don't transform, right, if we continue to be how we've always been, we'll always get what we've always gotten. And so I'm committed to being a better person. I'm committed to becoming just a greater version of myself, the greatest version I could possibly be. And so that's what we'll get into, not just for me, but for us, in the real work that it takes to transform our lives, because there are so many people in so many different capacities who want to transform their life. They just don't know how, right? Again, whether it's financially, whether it's their physical health, whether it's their mindset, right? Behaviors, right? Patterns. People want to change. People want to transform. They want to become more. They don't know how, right? They have these visions for themselves, for their lives, for their families, for their communities, and they don't know how to manifest it. And the vision they have is directly tied to who they are, right? Or in order to accomplish the vision, to manifest the vision, is directly tied to who they are right now. And so a lot of people end up dying with dreams unlived, unmet, right? Not because they're weak, not because they can't, but because it's an identity thing, right? So we can get into all of that tonight. But first, of course, let us ground. Let us ground. Yo, I was so out of it this morning. I missed the freaking weekly prayer call, right? I did not get up in time for the prayer call at 7 a.m. I was knocked out. I could not get up. Got up at like 7:30, and then I still stayed in bed for a bit. But I did do my meditation this morning, right? I did do my meditation. I did do a prayer. I was deep in prayer, deep in meditation for a bit. All right. But yeah, let us ground, man. If you are laying down, find a comfortable position. If you are sitting, also find a comfortable position, whatever works best for you. And if you are safe, if you are home, if you are in your car, you're not driving, of course, you can close your eyes. Just allow yourself to fall into your space, allow your body to sink in, allow your shoulders to fall away from your ears, allow your back to be straightened. Just allow yourself to relax, knowing that at this moment, at this time, in this space, you are safe, you are carried, you are cared for, you are loved. Even with all of the challenges of today, of the week, of the month, of the year, your body is still carrying you. Your breath is still keeping you. The love that you have for life is still pushing you forward in pursuit of your goals. Even if you are taking baby steps, even if you are crawling, even if right now physically you are stagnant, so long as your mind is moving, so long as you are contemplating, thinking, pondering, strategizing, organizing, you are still making progress. So breathe into that. Breathe into that knowing that you are still here. You are resilient. You are strong. You are courageous. You are brave. You are enough as you are. You are worthy as you are of everything that your heart desires. Any shortcomings or any flaws or any mishaps that you could pinpoint, you can use to grow, to refine yourself, to become more, to become greater, to become stronger, sharper, wiser. Remember that nothing lasts forever. If the good times don't last forever, neither do the tough times. You feel everything and let it all go. Feel it as fully and as deeply as you can, as is needed to get the lesson, to get the wisdom, and then let it go. Because once time has passed, regardless of what you've done or what you didn't do, or what you didn't do, it is gone forever. And all you have is now and a hope, a vision for tomorrow that may not come. And even if it does come, it may look very different than you expect. So root in the now, root in your passion, root in your purpose, root in the fact that you are still here, able to co-create your life with all of the invisible energies of the universe. Breathe into that. You are light plasma. You are pure potential. You are alive. Breathe into that one more time. Thank you. Thank you. My shade, when you're ready, slowly begin to open your eyes, maybe your toes, move your fingers, give yourself a neck roll. Thank you for grounding with me. I feel better again already, even better than I did before. So today, day 26, 26 days is a long time, man. We've been covering a lot these last 25 days. We spoke about Miss Juicy, we spoke about the whole vibe and community, we spoke about neural soul and continuum and vision, and we spoke about a lot, man. Why people stay stuck in discipline and trauma in the brain, man. We've covered a lot. And tonight, right? Because ultimately what we've covered are things, subjects, perspectives, is work that we need to do in order to manifest, to bring into fruition a healed world, right? To build the world healing system and to ultimately usher in this new era of humanity where people are more compassionate, people are braver, people are more courageous, people are more self-aware, more disciplined, more connected, more joyful, more loving, right? People are closer to the version of themselves they ultimately want to be, right? That's the groundwork that we're laying for that world, for that system, right? And tonight we're talking about the motherfucking work that this shit has taken, the work that it fucking takes, right, to really transform your life as an individual. And I am someone who has transformed my life, right? I've said it many times. If you know me, you know the story, you know the journey. So I've completely transformed my mind, I've transformed my heart, I've transformed my entire life, right? The way I live, the way I show up, the way I respond, the way I communicate, right? Just the way I am is completely different than what it once was. And so we're going to tell it straight tonight, right? The work behind the vision, what it really takes to transform your life. So in keeping it real, every single person loves the vision, right? Loves the vision, not just my vision, but any vision, right? Of great wealth or great health or a great world or massive success. Everybody loves that vision, but not everybody understands the work that it takes, right, to bring that vision into fruition. They love when someone, right, like even not just the vision, they love other people's life, right? Yo, I love that you did that. I think it was who was it? Somebody said I think it's David Goggins, right? David Goggins. He said that people would tell him they want what he got, right? The body, the lifestyle, and stuff like this. But then they don't want to wake up at a certain time, and they don't want to put the work in. They don't want to train until they freaking pass out, right? Like they don't understand that work. All right, they don't understand that work. Every single person wants growth. They want to grow. You ask them, they want to go. Yeah, I want this. I want to be more. I want more money. I want to be healthier. I want to be, better with my family, be a better parent. This and that. Not everybody is ready for what it actually takes. Not every single person they're not ready for what it actually takes to grow, to become more, to bring your vision into reality, to make what you dream of manifest in real life. Right? Everybody's not ready. And so that's what we're talking about tonight, the truth behind transformation. So there's a gap, right? There is a gap. For some, the gap is wider than others, right? It's a wide gap for a lot of us. The gap is smaller for a lot of us. Some of us could actually touch, right? We can actually touch it. We can touch our dream. We can touch ourselves. We can touch, not ourselves. We can touch yourself too, right? Touch your fucking body, all right? But we can touch the dream. We can touch the reality that we envision. It's right there. We can see it. We can taste it. We can smell it. It's right fucking there. But it's still a gap between who you currently are and who you say you want to become, right? And that gap, whether it's like this or it's like this, it's filled with fucking work. That shit is work. Is me and two of my dear friends, two of my dear brothers, right? Two of us will laugh at one, right? And the one will understand why we laugh, because such a dreamer, such a fucking dreamer. It's like dream big. He dreams really fucking big, and it's beautiful. And we love his visions and where he can articulate his visions, where he can articulate his dreams, and how he can see himself there and see all of us there playing different roles. We love that shit. We love that shit. And he always references the law of attraction. You got to think it, you got to see it, right? His head is always there. But for a long time, he's doing it now, and we're so proud of him. But for a long time, he talked that shit. When we get high, we smoking or drinking, he talking that shit, he painting that picture clearer than any picture I've ever heard be painted by anybody. Clear as fuck, you can see that shit, clear as day. But he wasn't putting the work in. And so That's the story of many, unfortunately, right? That's been the story of my life for a long time, and maybe still in some areas, maybe some areas it still is, right? That gap is filled with work. So when we talk about transformation, right, becoming someone different, becoming someone more, becoming something more, it's not just an idea. And it doesn't have to be just theory. It's a practice. It's a lifestyle. It's a day in and day out. What are you doing? 1% better every day. Even if you do one thing today. You got 12 things to do. You don't do the 12 things. You did one thing today. That is progress. Slow progress is better than no progress. Slow growth is better than no growth, right? And so a lot of people think that this shit just takes, you got to be motivated. You got to be inspired. And it's one decision. It's one decision and then, right? And it is one decision. It's one decision. You make one decision and another decision. You do got to be inspired, right? Motivation is cool, but that shit wears off. But inspired, it got to come from within, right? Those things absolutely are important. They matter 100%. Even motivation to a degree, again, it matters. But they're not enough. It's not enough to just be motivated. Oh, I'm motivated. And then something happens, now you're not motivated. I'm inspired, and then, oh, I don't feel like it, right? I made one decision, right? I'm going for it, and then, oh, I hurt my ankle, or oh, my wife left me, or my husband left me, or my children are doing X, Y, and Z. So what it actually takes, right? That's what people think it takes. What it actually takes is fucking consistency when you don't feel like it. That's what it takes. It takes discipline when it's fucking uncomfortable. That's what it takes. It takes awareness when it's easier to avoid, and it takes responsibility when it's easier to blame. Church. That's what it takes. Consistency when you don't feel like it, discipline when it's fucking uncomfortable, awareness when it's easier to avoid, and responsibility when it's easier to fucking blame. Take responsibility for your life, for how you are. It's easy to blame the government. It's easy to blame your parents. It's easier to blame the fact that you have children. It's easier to blame your spouse. It's easier to blame the fucking sidewalk, right? Like, it's easier to blame the fucking air quality. It's easier to blame it's easier to blame everybody else. But to take responsibility and say, yo, because is a saying, somebody said, you have no control over the circumstances that you were born into, but you have full responsibility for the circumstances that you live with and that you ultimately die with. Full responsibility. And yes, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. It's a simple thing to say, I'm going to take responsibility. That shit takes work, right? It takes work. It takes letting go. It takes forgiveness. It takes all of the things, right? Forgiving your parents, right? Forgiving whoever harmed you, whoever hurt you. Forgiving yourself for causing harm, for making decisions that when you look back in hindsight wasn't the best. And awareness, understanding, right? Perspective is that in that moment, you felt it was the best decision. So like acceptance is fucking key. Not, oh, I shouldn't have made that decision because something didn't work out. If it would have worked out, you would have loved the decision. And it worked out for a while and you loved it until it didn't, and now you're mad. But you grew. That's the hope, right? Is that every situation you grow in, you grow from, you learn. You learn through every loss. You learn through every failure, through every difficulty. You learn to become better. So no, this is not easy work. It's not easy work. I know this shit is not easy work. I'm in this shit, right? I'm in this shit. I'm living transformation day in and day out. I'm faced with the consequences, quantum branching. I'm faced with, do I go this way? Whoa, there's a reality that way. If I go that way, I don't think I really want that reality. Do I go this way? This way is so uncomfortable because like I can't do what I used to do. It's not easy fucking work, man. It's fucking tough, but it's real work. And it's real work that does have rewards. It does have benefits. And even if the only benefit is staying free and staying alive, even if those are the only benefits, staying free and staying alive, because some of us clearly have made decisions where we landed in prison or our life was almost taken, almost lost. Staying in a relationship, right? You're getting abused. Your life you could have been gone, right? Staying in a place where you were not respected, you were not appreciated. Staying in a place with someone, family or intimate partner, who brings out something in you and you cause harm, right? And you can lose your freedom because of that. Like, this is real fucking work, right? And so this process is going to challenge you. The process of transformation, it challenges you. It exposes your fucking patterns. It makes you confront your habits, right? And it tests your fucking discipline. I think on the phone this morning, I told Kimona, I was laying in the bed, got up, did my show, got right back in bed. I was like, I want food. Head under the covers, like, I want food. I'm smelling Indian food. Like, and I live in an area where there's a lot of food, but I don't think nobody was cooking that early. I smelt it. It was like I could taste it. And that's what I needed some comfort. Right? I needed some comfort. I needed to satisfy this urge, this pain that was inside of me. Right? That even if she was right here and hugging me and kissing, it would not have been the same. It was something inside of me that I needed, that extra layer of comfort. Right? That true deep comfort that I didn't discipline, right? Testing my discipline. I'm committed to a goal. I'm committed to 24 more days at least of no eating, no fruit, no nothing, right? Fucking sparkling water and coconut water. It's all I've had for the last 26 fucking days. And it's been brutal. But this is the process of transformation. Do you really want to become who you say you want to become? Because if I go back now, yes, it's already an accomplishment. 26 days is a huge feat. Absolutely. Something that most people will never try. Some who will try will fail. Somebody else we was watching on Instagram said they was doing a 40-day fast. They had some challenges. They stopped at like day 5, day 6 or something like that, right? Like they stop. A lot of people stop. This shit is uncomfortable. It can cause pain. Again, depending on what you have going on in your body, in your life, it affects everybody differently. So it's still an accomplishment though, but it's not my goal. My goal is 50 fucking days, right? That's the goal. So, but this is how you grow. Sticking to it. Sticking to it when it's not comfortable. Sticking to it when it's fucking hurt. Sticking to it when it's easier to revert. And nobody will be mad at you. If I stop right now and say, I'm not doing this fast no more, this shit is too tough, I can't do it no more, I'm going to eat again tomorrow. Almost nobody will be mad at me. Probably nobody will be mad at me. Some people will be happy, actually. Some people will be happy. Oh, yes, I'm happy to see you eating again. Why? Right? Why you? If that wasn't my goal, why are you happy to see me eat again? People will be happy though. So if I stop right now, today, right now after the show, during the show, like, I'm not doing the show right now, I'm out of it, I need some food, and I went and I bought a sandwich. And I ate a sandwich on TV. People say, yes, Sugar Ray, yo, you eating again. I love to see you eat. I'm so happy for you. But that's not the goal, right? So this growth, this transformation process that we're talking about is uncomfortable because it requires change. That's what it requires, change. To change your habits, right? To change how you respond to situations, to stimulus, to stimuli, to change how you respond to people, to change how you think, change how you feel, change how you identify your feelings, right? Change what you give attention to. It requires change. And so most people fail, right? Like most people fail, again, not because they can't grow, because they don't stay consistent. Consistency is the key. Consistency and discipline is intertwined, right? They start and they stop. They start and they stop. And that was me. Yesterday, we did the 600th episode of SR Daily. I told the story before. For years, I knew I wanted to be a talk show host. For years, I would interview people. I interviewed some good people. I had some other interviews set up that I just fell through because I started and stopped, started and stopped, started and stopped. 2023, I did a bunch of interviews on Zoom, StreamYard rather, for the Sugar Ray Show. Interviewed a bunch of people. I think I did like 30 interviews that summer, right? While on a 30-day fast. I did 30-day fast in 2023, and I did like 30 some interviews, right? Mostly an hour, 40 minutes to an hour, the majority of, well, all of them between 40 minutes and an hour, right? And I stopped, and I haven't done another interview for the Sugar Ray Show since. I've done some interviews for every 100th episode of SR Daily, right? But the Sugar Ray Show is really the interview platform, and I haven't interviewed anyone since for that platform. And I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And so we started, we stopped. We started, we stopped. That's why we failed. We started, we stopped. Right? So that start and stop, that discipline, that consistency, that's where transformation happens. Because when you keep doing it, you do it long enough, again. You recognize your patterns, you recognize your habits. Somebody said if you do 10 podcast episodes, you do 20 podcast episodes, you do it. By the time you do 500, you pretty much know how to now run a podcast. You know how to do a talk show. You know how to do that shit. You did 500 episodes. You know what to talk about. You know shit, especially if you're using equipment. You don't learn the equipment by then, right? Like, you know what you're doing. And yes, there's always room for more growth, more learning. But that's the consistency. That's where the transformation happens. The working out. You don't start, stop again. That's my challenge, right? Start, stop. So now my body is not ideally where I would like it to be. So as I get more consistent in my exercise and my working out, that's where the transformation happens. 2024 is 40-day coconut water fast. The best I've ever seen my body, the best I've ever felt, right? The best I've ever felt. The 40 days of coconut water, and then we did 77 days of fruits, nuts, and seeds. Best I've ever felt working out every single day, right? I might have took a few days off, but like I was lit. My body, I loved. Like I was taking photos. I'm like, yo, my arms look cut. My abs are starting to come in, and then I stopped. Then I stopped. Stop working out as much, right? I would get back to it, but again, start and stop, start and stop. So she takes work. So I'm never saying something that I'm not living, right? I'm never sharing some shit that I'm not experiencing, right? And right now, right, where I am right now, I'm in the middle of this shit. I'm in the middle of transformation. I've transformed a couple of times already. I've reinvented myself a couple of different times, and I'm in the middle of it again, reinventing my body, reinventing my habits, literally reinventing my living environment, right? Getting this stuff out this crib, be on the streets for a few weeks, and then we figure it out after that. All right, so this is not theory, what I'm talking about. Nothing I'm speaking about is theory. It's all real life practice. I'm showing up every single day doing the work. 26 days we're doing this stream. Probably for 26 days, I did not want to do it. You hear me? This is day 26, and I promise you, for 26 days, maybe 2 days, I really was like, yo, I can't wait to do tonight's live. But for like 24 days, at least, maybe 26 days, I didn't want to do this shit. I did not want to do this shit. SR Daily, 600 episodes, probably 550 episodes I did not want to do. Right? I did not want to wake up, get out of my bed, put something on, and do the fucking show. Right? I did not want to wake up, write notes, set up the laptop or the desktop or my cell phone, whatever I was using, right, and do that shit. I did. But again, got goals, got vision. It takes work, right? So showing up every day doing the work, that's what it counts. And again, is one of the 4 agreements. Always do your best. Your best looks different when all your loved ones are alive and you're physically at your best, as opposed to when a sibling passes or when a child goes through some turmoil or when you get injured, right? It's different when your living situation changes, your financial situation changes. Your best looks different. But if you got 5% and you give all of that 5%, you do all that you can with that 5%, then you've done your best. You gave 100% of the 5%, so you've done your best. Show up every day and do the fucking work. And every day looks different, so the work that you do that day is going to look different. But if you show up every single day and do it, that's the win. That's the transformation process, right? So I'm not asking anyone ever to do anything I'm not doing. Say, yo, let's sacrificing. Let's raise awareness about these issues. Let's build a better system, right? People, yo, we need better this, we need better that. It's easy to do that, right? It's easy to say what we need. We need better this. We need more of this. It's hard to say, I'm going to strive to build this. I'm going to build this. I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to do this. And that's always been my personality, right? Like hearing people talk around me, like, oh, we need this, we need that. And I'm like, okay, I'm in agreement. All right. So like, what can not first is what can we do? Like, what are we going to do about it then? And you're, oh, I don't know. That's what I'm going to do about it. Never forget when I did the 2023 2-week hunger strike, step outside. My comrades, right? Western Queens Community Land Trust, right? Great people, beautiful people. We're talking about the DOE building and how unfair it was that the city will sell it to Amazon for $1 and we got them out of here, but they won't give it to us. So they're having these potlucks, right? And they're doing these talks, right? And being fucking ignored. And I said, what are we going to do about it? Okay, we do a rally. Okay, we do a block party. Nothing's fucking, we ain't moving the needle at all. We ain't getting no more press. We ain't like, fuck, you know what? And I remember saying, yo, somebody got to sleep outside. I said that shit. It's like, yo, we got to push this shit. Sleep outside this fucking building and like freaking just bring radical attention to this shit. And everybody's like, let's do another potluck. Let's do another potluck. I'm like, shit. Let's do another visioning session. I'm going to do the fucking hunger strike. And I didn't tell them until it was literally like 2 days prior. And it's like, what? Really? Sugar, why? What do you mean, why? We're saying this is an important issue. Who's willing to really sacrifice? Sacrifice for what the fuck you want. So I did that shit, right? And then at some point, right, probably like a year or so later, 2 years later, We did a one-night camp out, not a hunger strike. We did one night, and it was a block party, and everybody just slept in tents, right? And that was cool. But it's like, okay, and we still lost. We lost that fight, so I could have done more, right? I could have done more. I could have done more. And so anyway, I'm not asking anybody to do anything that I'm not doing or willing to do myself, right? And so now this is all that we've been talking about. We've been talking about awareness. We've been talking about regulation. We've been talking about discipline. We've been talking about your environment. We've been talking about identity. Because without these, you don't sustain change. Without your awareness, without being able to regulate, without having fucking discipline, without a supportive environment, and without a new identity, like creating a new identity for yourself and being rooted in that identity, you will not sustain change. You will start and you will stop. You will start and you will stop. You will continue to start and fucking stop. So let me ask. We're gonna hold the mirror up to ourselves. Where are you avoiding the work in your life? Where are you avoiding the work in your life? For me, to be honest, I've been avoiding communicating with my ex-wife. Right? Based on past communications, right? That did not go well, even when I've been meaning well and I tried to communicate that and I thought I did communicate, right? As peaceful as I possibly could, didn't really go well, right? And so knowing how, like, I guess, sensitive I am in the moment, it's like kind of avoiding that communication, right? And that's honest. And so the challenge, right, is to do one thing that we've been avoiding, just one. And so I'm going to push myself. I feel better today than I did yesterday. So I'm going to push myself tomorrow morning to send an email, right, to communicate, right, about the state of our children's well-being, right, and how I'm noticing on our weekly calls that they're not really well. They're not doing as best as they possibly could be doing, right? So that's the challenge for myself, and it's very tough, again, because some communications have gone completely left, and some things have transpired out of those communications, and none of it has. It didn't become the worst, but it could have been if I didn't have these tools, right? It could have been the worst. It was based on the other parties, right? But yeah. And so another question is, what's one area of your life where you need to be more consistent? What is one area of your life where you need to be more consistent? I need to be more consistent with my IPAs, income producing activities. Right? I need to be more consistent with my income producing activities. I know I have all of the tools needed to make all of the money I want to make. All right. We got some strategy, right? But I can be more consistent in pushing out and doing the things that's going to bring more immediate income, right? Because we got things we need to do, right? Got shit we need to do, even if it's the fundraiser, right? More consistent in pushing the fucking fundraiser, just even if it's online, like share it every day. I share it every day. I don't share it every day. I'll post something. I'm posting every day about the hunger strike, and I'm posting every day about the vision, and I'm posting the lives and what last night's live was about, what tonight's live is about. But I'm not posting the fundraiser every day. I need to, and I will. So that's one area. More focus on the finances and the money. Where I can be more consistent, focus on the money, right? And so this is the closing truth. Everybody wants the outcome. Well, not everybody commits to the process. But the process is where the transformation lives. And I remember hearing Will Smith say, everybody want to die, right? And he got it from the military. It's a military thing. Everybody want to die. No, everybody want to go to heaven. Nobody want to die. Everybody want to get to heaven. Nobody wants to fucking die. How do you get to heaven if you don't die? I just want heaven in that, religious sense of heaven. Like when you die, you go to heaven. Everybody wants to get there. But everybody will fight to stay alive. Right? Nobody wants to die. But that process of becoming, the process, the doing the work, that's where the transformation lives. Need to make and stick to a schedule. That's real shit. Powerful. Powerful, Starhawk. I appreciate that. That's honest and that's real. All right. And so tomorrow we're going to go deeper into something that determines whether you actually, you good? Whether you actually sustain all of this, right? That's what we're talking about tomorrow. That's what we're going into tomorrow. There's something you could left the light on, man. She's coming back out there. Something that yeah. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, that's what we're talking about tomorrow, man. Deeper into something that determines whether you actually sustain all of this and how to stay consistent when life gets hard. That is what we're talking about. How the fuck to stay consistent when life gets hard. And I appreciate you, KK said, more consistent with finances, IPAs, and tracking where my money is going. Real shit, right? And exact. And I appreciate you. And guys, that's our stream for tonight. Tell a friend, man. We're back tomorrow, 9 p.m. to talk about sustainability. How do we sustain this change? How do we sustain this transformation? Right? Especially when life gets hard, man. Life gets real. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Peace.